Welcome to one of Milford's hidden treasures, Gray Towers, the birthplace of the American conservation movement. A winding driveway leads you to the visitor center and parking area where benches and an awesome vista reveal the beauty of the natural environment. A walkway beckons with lush gardens on either side. A sign saying, "Tickets this way," points you in the right direction. Suddenly, before you is the imposing bluestone structure of Gray Towers. With its turreted towers at either end, an orange-striped awning over the patio, and a moat in front, the mansion reflects the Gilded era at its most opulent. The construction of Gray Towers employed hundreds of local craftsmen. The bluestone came from nearby Shohola. The timbers were floated down the Delaware River on rafts, and the roofing slate came from across the river in Lafayette, New Jersey. The cost of the house was $19,000, and the furnishing cost another $24,000. Having witnessed forest clear-cutting as a child, James grew up interested in the emerging scientific study of forestry and encouraged his son Gifford to pursue this field. Later, James Pinchot endowed the Yale School of Forestry to build Forest Hall in downtown Milford to house the Forestry School's summer program. His son, Gifford, became one of the founding fathers of the American conservation movement. Gifford Pinchot played a key role in his friend Teddy Roosevelt's administration, becoming the first head of the U.S. Forest Service. Roosevelt said of Pinchot, "Among the many public officials who under my administration rendered invaluable service to the United States, Gifford Pinchot, on the whole, stood first." In 1914, at the age of 50, Gifford married Cornelia Bryce, and Gray Towers became their summer residence. Cornelia loved Gray Towers and set out to improve the property with renovations, additional buildings, and extensive gardens. Gifford once noted, "She will never be done. As soon as one thing is finished, she breaks out in a fresh spot, and the hammering and revision begin anew." In 1923, Cornelia commissioned Chester Holmes Aldridge to design a swimming pool and surrounding terrace. Today, the pool has been filled in, but the terrace and surrounding pergola area are host to many events. The Bait Box was built in 1926 as a playhouse for their son Gifford Bryce Pinchot. Cornelia also added the Letterbox, a small cottage where her husband, who also served 2 terms as governor of Pennsylvania, corresponded with the leading politicians, intellectuals, and artists of the day. One feature Cornelia added deserves particular recognition: the finger bowl, which served as Gray Towers' outdoor dining room. Created in 1930, it is an oval-shaped table, its middle filled with water. Food is passed in wooden bowls across the water table. Once a freshly carved turkey never made it to the opposite side, instead sinking into the elevated pool. Gifford died in 1946, but even after his death, Cornelia continued his conservation work, serving as a delegate to the United Nations. When Cornelia passed in 1960, their son, Gifford Bryce Pinchot, donated Gray Towers to the Forest Service, with a dedication ceremony attended by President John F. Kennedy just a few weeks before he was assassinated. Kennedy noted that he, Gifford, was more than a forester. He was the father of American conservation. Today, that legacy lives on. Gray Towers continues the vision of the Pinchot family, with the house and gardens open to the public for tours, conservation education, and special events. The popular Festival of Wood is held every August, educating guests on how timber products are used in our daily lives and how scientific forestry fosters environmental protection. Gray Towers is not your typical museum tour. It tells a story about American conservation.